Greetings, Cleveland, and welcome to Creative Focus, the show that illuminates some of Cleveland's most talented and creative artists across the genres of dance, film, music, theater, and visual arts. I'm your host, Cornell Calhoun III, and I'm thrilled to be on the campus of Charles F. Brush High School, here to talk about their upcoming Black History event, Portraits in Black, the Playwrights. And here to tell us more about this exciting event is the director, Miss Lauren Nicole Sturdivant, and one of the cast members from the play, All My Flowers, Miss Bailey Bryant. Lauren, Bailey, welcome to Creative Focus. Let's chop it up.
Thank you, Mr. Calhoun.
Lauren, talk about this Black History production.
This particular year, the last few years, I've done a Portraits in Black series, where it's a Portraits in Black museum. The different exhibits come to life. This year, we're focusing on playwrights. Last year was the arts. The year before was a journey through the history of Black history. So each year is a different series where they explore a different exhibit or a different floor of the museum.
And what is encompassed in this production?
So in this particular show, you will have an introduction into the Portraits in Black Museum, which is a staple that I've used in the past 3 shows. Tour guides will introduce the floor, which will be introduced by a choreo poem that I myself wrote.
Oh, man.
And then it ends with connecting us to your play, All My Flowers, as well as another play from India Nicole Burton from Akron, who wrote What We Could Have Been.
Wow. So the All My Flowers is primarily the high school students?
Yes.
And what about the play by India Burton? Is that?
That would be by the Memorial Junior High School students, so 7th and 8th grade students.
So you are, you grew up in the Glenville area.
Yeah.
Went to Glenville High School.
Proud Tar-Blooder, yeah.
How do you think Glenville influenced your love for drama and music?
So at Glenville, I had different opportunities to explore both the music and art worlds because we had some great instructors, of course, you being one of them.
Oh my God.
But being in your drama class helped me to discover a passion of acting, and then taking your playwriting 3 and 4, my junior and senior year, wrote me to writing my own plays and shows, and something that carried over through college and even into my professional career as well.
Well, what was a valuable lesson you learned about the arts?
That I could be whoever I wanted to on stage. I'm a very introverted person, even though most people don't think that's the case. But when I get the opportunity to perform, whether it's as an actor or a singer, I get to be whoever I want. And it just opens the world to me, and it's something that I try to also give to my kids too, especially the shy ones.
How do you think teachers influence students?
I think that the teachers who really care can find something within you that you don't see in yourself. I had that relationship with you. I never saw myself as an actor. And, I only came to the poetry club to read my slam poetry and perform that. And here I am becoming an actor in my first high school show. And now I'm still something that I do. I'm currently in the show. So I try to also keep performing so my kids can see the benefit of performing lifelong.
Journeys.
Yes.
Let's get Bailey in here. Bailey, how long have you been performing?
It's been a relatively short period. I only started my freshman year. I'm a junior now, so it's only been 2 years since I started acting.
And why do you like performing?
I like performing because I'm able to put the audience for at least up to 2 hours in a reality different from their own. So I'm able to show them, another world, bring them into that story and immerse them for a few hours, and then they go on about their day with that impression still on them.
Talk about your role in All My Flowers.
I play Lily Marie Williams, and she's a very beautiful woman. She's arrogant, but she's arrogant because she's beautiful. You know, she's very fun and bubbly and giggly, but also she's very strideful and sensuous. So there's like those two aspects of her.
What do you think was the most challenging thing about portraying Lily?
The most challenging thing was her character overall. I feel like out of all the characters I played since my freshman year, this was the most difficult because Lily is a grown woman and she knows what she's about. So she's walking around and she knows what she's about. She has her man, she has her beauty and everything. So I had to almost learn how to become her because she's very confident, very bold. And when she comes to a room, she commands the room. So I had to learn how to become her instead of revolving back into myself, because I'm not as bold as her. I'm more into myself and low key. So I had to learn how to become her and stay her on stage.
So do you think you want to pursue performance in college?
Yes, certainly.
Okay. So Lauren, why did you select All My Flowers as one of the plays?
Honestly, because it meant so much to me. All My Flowers was the first play that I did. So being able to pay homage to those who've helped me along my way, including you, because you wrote the play, it was very important to me. I believe in giving the people their flowers while they can still smell them. And I think the greatest way to do that is to let them know how much of an impact they've made on your life, and then to be able to just pay it forward to my students the way that you paid it forward to me.
How do you think All My Flowers resonates with Black History Month?
In my opinion, it tells the story of a Black family in Cleveland in the 60s. And there's references to things that happened in Cleveland that you don't necessarily know about, which is one of the reasons why I like all your shows, because you have that Cleveland tie history. You make reference to things that were real. So the numbers game happening, that's in there. The way that death can bring the best and worst out of families is something that we see all the time, but the way you do it is different from a lot of the other movies or shows that we see where death happens in the Black family.
What do you think is, as a director, the biggest challenge in directing a period piece? Because, when you're doing a current piece, you got all that, but a period piece, you got to get it right, because somebody in the audience is going to remember. What do you think the biggest challenge of
The
that
biggest
is?
challenge is to make sure that I am historically accurate. We had a lot of conversations, Bailey and I, when we worked on her monologue about how a woman of that time would have moved and how they would have dressed, because they weren't as revealing as we are today. So even the costumes and dresses that I'm picking, I'm making sure that they would fit the time. They'll be wearing gloves and hats because that was the style back then, especially if you were going to a funeral, you were dressed to the nines. So being able to make sure that we're using the right slang and terminology and how they're walking on stage, how they're interacting, how they're carrying themselves, how they even sit on the couch, all of that matters because you want to be as accurate as possible to the time period.
Bailey, talk about the rehearsal process. How's it going?
We usually rehearse about 2 times a week for about an hour and 15 or so. We all come in, we do our lines and everything, and at the end we get notes and stuff. If we have extra time, we'll go back and redo those things. And then we also have individual work. Some of us have bigger monologues than others, so we'll do individual character work and make sure that the pronunciation is right, the actions, the behavior, the way you say it. So we go back and forth, run it again and again until we get a product that we're satisfied with.
So how do you learn your lines? Did she give you the tips on learning your lines, or you picked it up yourself?
I kind of over the years just came up with my own methods. For the first couple of times, will just take the script and just go back to back to say all my lines. Sometimes I'll have my family or my sister read the lines before mine, and then I say mine. But note cards really work for me. I'll write down all my lines, and then the cue before, I put it up in the corner so that I know where I'm coming in, and then I just do the lines back to back.
Do you have a favorite line from the play?
Favorite line?
Mm-hmm. A line you love. Give me a line from the play.
I like the part where I'm like, I dreamed my face was on the cover of Ebony magazine. I like that part.
How are the students doing in terms of being on point for the opening?
The students are really great. I'm very careful in who I cast and why I cast them. Nobody in this show, this is not any of their first time working with me. Bailey, I've been working with for 2.5 years now. Isaiah, I picked him up in 6th grade, was his first time performing for me. The newest would be Elise. This is only her second show with me, and she's a freshman. But most of these kids I've been working with for years. They know what I expect of them. They know how I expect my rehearsals to run. I always try to push them to be great because I always have people looking for kid actors, and some of the roles are paid, so I try to prepare them for if I get that call, hey, I need a student this age or who can do this, I can easily say, oh, I have one for you, and give them that experience. So yeah, the process has been going well. We're really starting to feel our characters. Our last rehearsal was phenomenal. And I know our rehearsals this week will also be great because they've had a couple of days off, so they should be out of their scripts by now so that we can really see their characters thrive.
Okay, so tell us when and where the plays will be performed.
The play will take place Wednesday, February 26th here at Brush High School, 4875 Glenlyn Road. You can purchase tickets online. It's at 7:00 p.m. It's about an hour show.
About an hour show. And there are two plays, correct?
2 plays, yep.
And what are those plays again?
All My Flowers by Cornell Calhoun III and What We Could Have Been by India Nicole Burting.
And they can buy tickets online?
Yes. Tickets are $5 online. If you go to gofan.com, you can just search Charles F. Brush High School and it'll pop up.
And what's next for you in terms of Brush High School?
In terms of Brush High School, we will be putting on the 2nd annual all-district musical, which will be Seussical Junior, that will take place on the last weekend of April. So we'll have kids from 3rd to 12th grade. Auditions start next week, actually, for that.
Okay. Well, we're going to take a short break, and then I'm going to bring 2 more of the actors from All My Flowers.
This winter, Thurgood Marshall Neighborhood Resource and Recreation Center will be offering free line dancing class. Come and learn the newest and best steps from some great instructors who are willing to teach those new to line dancing. Classes take place every Monday at 5:30 p.m. The program is open to ages 18 and older. Please contact Thurgood Marshall at 216-664-4045 for more information or sign up on our website. Classes have begun.
Cadell Neighborhood Resource and Recreation Center is offering esports this winter. This program is for anyone in grades 3rd through 12th grade. Come be a part of our esports team and compete against other neighborhood resource and recreation centers throughout the city of Cleveland. This program is on Tuesdays and Thursdays from 5 to 6:30 p.m. and will start now. So what are you waiting for? Call Cadell Recreation Center at 216-664-4137.
Back on Creative Focus, and this time I have 2 of the actors from All My Flowers, Miss Ameliya Tucker and Mr. Isaiah Gaskin. Let's get right into it. Talk about the rehearsal process for you guys. Ameliya, ladies first.
So what we would start with a little bit of we would do like a hour, 15-minute rehearsal. We would go over like our blocking, where we're supposed to stand, certain ways how to do the acting. And then we would go down and take notes, and we would do it again if there was any issues.
What do you enjoy most about performing, Ameliya?
I think what I enjoy most is being able to play someone else, doing things like I would not normally do out of my comfort zone. I can apply that into each new character I play as.
And what about you, Isaiah? For both questions.
Yeah, I like playing as a new character because this is a role I never had before. Like, it's different than what I normally do. And for rehearsal, it's really fun. It's like a really safe space when I do this. And even when I mess up, I still get back on my feet and get my lines down.
What do you like about Dewey Scarver?
Dewey, I like his character. Really flirty with everyone. Something I would never do, but I am learning more and more. And it's like he's a typical stereotype for Black people, well-dressed, educated, not that many Black lawyers back then.
Good point, yeah.
So yeah.
Ameliya, what about you? Because you're playing Violet?
Yes.
Okay.
What I like most about Violet is she's a really strong character. You know, she's set on what she wants and very determined on what to get. And I feel like through her, I can portray that other side of myself that I don't usually show anyone else. And I really enjoy her because she's very confident. She's a confident person, I feel like.
Why do you guys think the arts are important in high school?
I think they're important because there's many different outlets, and I feel like, you get like different opportunities. You can do anything you want to and discover who you are through these different outlets.
What about you, Isaiah?
Yeah, it's like really, like I said before, a safe space for everyone, and art it helps you express and think creatively, helps you problem solve and stuff like that.
What do you hope that the audience gets from All My Flowers? What do you want them to take home with them?
I hope they leave the auditorium learning more about our past instead of slavery, and how the struggles were and how real educated some Black people were back then.
And what about you, Ameliya?
To go up a little bit off what he said too, because it's not just about slavery, it's about all these other accomplishments that we did, and such as Rose, she owns this, and Lily, she's a very, very big character, and she's allowed to express herself. And Violet, she's like this, strong character, and it's not just about slavery, it's about all these other things that come into one.
And how do you think this play relates to Black history?
It relates to Black history because such thing as Daisy with the numbers, that's something that we did do in real life. We used those to get around, get things that we wanted. Rose, she owns her own thing, and that's not really, big back during that time period. So I think that's really important.
What about you, Isaiah?
For Dewey, it's really important because it shows how much process he had to become to be a lawyer, and it was really hard to get to that point as a Black person back then. And it's really a successful moment to see a Black person being a lawyer.
I'm gonna put both of you guys on the spot now. Both of you have performed before, right?
Yes.
I want you to expound on the feeling when the show is over, the audience is giving you a standing ovation, and you feel it. What goes through that process, if you've ever experienced that?
I feel like it's a bittersweet moment because, it's like a relief, like, oh, we did it. Everybody's clapping, everybody's good, but it's also like, I don't want it to be over. I want to continue to still do it. But, I feel like it's that big sigh of, I did it.
What about you, Isaiah?
Same thing what Ameliya said, like when the play's over, it's like all the stress is gone. But like for me, I just want to get right back on stage with another play because like I already missed it like the day after. So it's like really fun for me to do that.
And what is the biggest challenge when you're performing? What do you sacrifice? Because, you know, when you're on stage and you have a performance, you have to prepare. So that means you have to sacrifice something. So what have both of you sacrificed for All My Flowers?
You can go first.
I would say what I sacrifice is being comfortable. Cause you know, I'm out on this big stage, I'm looking at everybody and everybody's looking at me. So you kinda gotta like calm yourself down and realize this is the moment, you gotta make it shine. So, you know, being comfortable at that moment, you know, that's something I have to give away.
And what about you, Isaiah?
It was like, it's like really, the only thing I sacrifice is like me, like with my social life. Like I try to balance that, but sometimes I have to focus on my lines. So it's like hard for me to communicate with my friends or family when I gotta focus on what's ahead of me.
Okay, so one last time for the audience. Tell me when and where they can come to see this phenomenal cast and director and play All My Flowers.
You can go buy your tickets on gofan.com and type in Rush High School, and then it will be right there, and it will say buy tickets, and then it's $5, and it'll be performed here at Brush High School.
And what's the date?
Oh, it's Wednesday, February 26th at 7.
Okay, great. I'm gonna be in the front row, so y'all better do y'all thing. Thanks for being on the show, all right?
Thank you.
Thank you.
So that's it, Cleveland. We're out. But remember, a true artist is not only inspired, but inspires others. I'm Cornell Calhoun III for TV20 and Creative Focus. Until the next time becomes our time, be well, be safe.